Nakul Shanai. I've known him since a few years. It's very difficult to introduce him. He's a magician, a mind reader, mentalist, a corporate trainer, and so many things. So I think Nakul will take over. He'll tell you what he does.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I see kids are in the front. Well, it's a magic show. Hi. Yeah, kids of all ages. You got that right. So it was. Is everybody settled in?
Yes.
Let me just wait for a couple of minutes. I come from Bangalore. For the next 40 minutes or so, I'm going to entertain you with an experience I call Beyond Magic. You must have seen a lot of magical performances where people are called on stage, cut in half, hopefully joined back. I know you do that on the operation tables, but like on the magic stage. That is not what we're going to do today, so you can relax now. I deal with the minds, I deal with people, I like to read people's minds, like what the wonderful conversation they're having right now. To start off, if I may, I'm going to try doing something with this wonderful audience that's here. If you will help me. Yes, I knew you would catch that. But stand up for me, please. Now here's the thing, no matter what I do, people are going to come back to me after the show and say, you had set this up, right? Like you knew Dr. Maya, and so you had like got this information on him or them. Nothing like that has happened. But still, to sort of dissuade that notion, what's your name? Palgai. Falgun. Okay, sorry. I want you to lob it at somebody, okay? No hit picket, just lob it at somebody. And the person you lob it to is the second person to catch it, right? And that might have been arranged. I might have sort of met you before. We have not, but it might be. So the person then that lobs to would be my first volunteer. I don't know about you, but I'm excited. So let's go ahead. Just lob it at somebody. Awesome. So, would you please stand up for me, sit down. What's your name? Neeraj. Neeraj, just look around the room, don't think about it, and just lob it at anybody, please. Awesome. Girish, would you join me? You are a mind reader, looks like.
I'm in trouble now.
No, not at all. Not at all. Girish, I'm Nakul. Nice to meet you. I love influencing people. I love trying to know what would they choose or what would they do much before they do something. I have spent much of my life doing this in a lab as a user researcher, meeting people, giving them softwares like on a phone or something, and sort of trying to see, will this software really work? Even medical software, right? But since it's a nice family gathering, I thought I'll move away slightly from that. I went on to Amazon and I printed what are sort of the top 100 books on photography. Do you photograph? Amateur. Perfect. Because these books are about helping people go the next level, right? These are the best photography books ever. Why don't you just take any one of them? Any one. You want to change your mind? That's okay. This one is better. Very trusting. Okay. So, if I'd taken this one, it would be Rick Salmon, Nicole Wood, Seth Castle, Art Wolf, Irina Bokova, various different things. This one here is page 6, and it is about 9 to 10 different books. What I want you to do is this, sir. I want you to choose one of them. Which one? Okay. Now, I might have influenced you in some way. So here's what we're going to do. Yeah, exactly. Not a good start. So, Girish, I want you to, do you know somebody else here? Everybody, awesome. Is there somebody you trust with money? Okay, took some time. Who's that? Other than family. Sir, you can be right there. I just want you want to change your mind. Now he's going to help you. Just move one up or one down. That's it. Okay? Just to randomize the process. One up or down, sir. Up. You want to change your mind? One up. One up, sir. That would make it this one, right? So that's by a book called Elliot Porter, In the Realm of Nature, by Paul Martineau. Have you read it? Wonderful. Because this book talks about how to actually do wildlife photography. Most of them are those. But this one specifically says about how you can live in a habitat and then, sort of make the animals comfortable around you and take photographs. So you could have taken any of these. But the way we chose you was by this, right? We threw this into the audience. And wouldn't it be fascinating, sir? Would you open that for me, please? Because we don't want for any of these 100, but that's sort of a feeling I had before I came here, that I would be able to influence people around to say,
given a choice of top 100 books, you will choose the one that makes most sense for Realm of Nature by
Thank you very much. You're wonderful. Thank you. That's a good start. Not the kind of magic show people were hoping for, but that's a good start. Let's see how we can take this forward. How many doctors in the room? All, okay. Most of I'm not. So, yeah. But I've always been interested in communication and people. And so I've spent quite a bit of time reading, looking up psychology, behavioral psychology. And I found one thing, a big overlap between what all of you do and all of us do, which is this aspect of placebo, right? And one of the thoughts that came, two quotes as I was coming here came to mind. One is this wonderful quote I always talk about in magic. Any technology sufficiently advanced is indistinguishable from magic, right? So, but I thought any belief strong enough is indistinguishable from reality. And to me, that sort of is, I think, what placebo means. I know what placebo really means in Latin, but because I thought, what if I could use one of you and run you through an imaginary game and see if we can make placebo really work? So you look perfect for that. You, yes. You can just stand there, right there, sir. You can stand right there. See,
He's perfect.
Yes. Okay, now I need to change my mind. Okay, because he recommended it, right? So, on stage, in that envelope is a pack of cards. It's shuffled. It's shuffled to, yeah, if you believe that. No, you don't. Yes. So I want you to imagine that I'm handing you, would you catch this one? A pack of cards. That's brilliantly caught. But it was already closed, but you were hoping it's open. But if you will now imagine, because I need you to play along, if you can imagine that this is a sealed pack, and if I ask you to open it and take out the cards, please.
Was the cards wish list?
Fine. Just throw the deck, not the cards. Okay? Yeah, okay, that's okay. Now, if you spread the cards, you will see that they are all in order, like you're the black cards and the red cards. Yes, look at them and separate them from. Reds in one hand, black in the other. I want you, sir, to raise one of these hands. Okay. If I got this right, that is red. Yes? Throw them for me, sir. Throw them. Thank you. You have the black cards. You have the black cards. Separate them into spades and clubs for me, sir. Spades in one hand, clubs in the other. I'm going to ask you to extend one of those arms. He's also mind reading there. Would that be spades?
Spades.
Yes? Okay, so we will go with that. Yeah. Okay, thank you. Now, spades, if I separate, are picture cards and number cards. What would you like? Number or pictures? Pictures? You want pictures or numbers? Pictures, okay. Pictures are Jack, Queen, King of spades. Drop all the other cards, sir. Have free hands. With your right hand, take one of these. Most people cheat at this point in time. I think you pulled the slight fast one on me. Did you take the Queen? What did you take? The King, okay. You're playing fair. We still have the Jack and the Queen left. With your other hand, would you take one of these? So if you still went along and I just go with your eyes, that would be the Jack. Correct? Okay. So the Jack and King. Here's the last thing. The card that we're going to choose. So, the Jack or King, which one are you giving me? Is that the King? The Jack. So the Jack of spades. Okay. Free choice till now? Yes, Jack of spades. 1 to 52, sir. Any number from 1 to 52. Tell me. 25. 21 or 25? 25. Do you want to change your mind? This is like bang in the middle, not 26 but 25. So if you want, you could change your mind. No? You really believe in your mind for me, sir, for one moment, make possible work, and believe the Jack of spades is at 25. Please do that.
Okay, just for you.
Thumbs up. That's okay, Mr. Watson. What's your name? So, Mr. Ravi, some people would think I influenced in you and, all cards are the same and things like that. 25, or are you going to change your mind? 25. Okay. So, I'm going to just place cards one after the other and we will stop at 25. If 25 is the Jack of spades, this is a miracle, as most placebo things are, because that's what explains most of the medical miracles, right? So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So, sir, if you had said 24, the card would be the 2 of spades. If it's a 26, the card would be the 10 of hearts. Now, friends, there's a wonderful effect in magic called, you get two people to stand up, one person names a card, one person names a number, and it's sort of the most difficult magic to perform, but I'm not trying to do magic here. I'm just going to try making Mr. Ravi's strong will, belief, into reality. Turn that card for me, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Awesome, sir. We all do. So I have been performing for a long time, but I was not always like this. I was normal too. Around the age of 15, I came across a book called How to Develop a Superhuman Memory. This book was by a person called Harry Lorraine. Harry Lorraine later turned out to be one of the finest magicians too, but he is by far the most prolific memoried person in the world. Because it said when he does a seminar with 5,000 people, it starts with him asking everybody to stand up and call out their names. And rest of the seminar, the 3-day seminar, he calls everybody by their names. And then wherever they meet him rest of their lives, he remembers and he tells them where they met. Now, my problem when I picked the book was that I had trouble remembering names. I mean, a 15-year-old getting too psyched about remembering names. But what that book gave me, the book was How to Develop a Superhuman Memory. What it gave me was an incredible way of remembering things. And I want to do a small demonstration because I thought you would connect to this, because it's uncanny how doctors don't seem to have this problem. They always remember people's names. No? Okay. I will not tell them that. So, would you just mix these cards for me, please? Just mix them, mix them. So, if you will, just shuffle those cards. Okay, professional here. So if you will mix these cards for me, please, and thank you so much. And these also along with them. Just mix them. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, ma'am. So, if you will, just mix these cards for me. You play cards, yes? You have? Yeah, no. I think that's what poker face is called. You look at people's faces and sort of know that they're poker.
Good person to do mind reading.
What do you join me for this?
Nice person.
Okay, you've been hard at work. So would you join me for this? Would you join me for this? Are you going to stick to that stand, or are you going to join me for this, sir? If you will. Thanks. Hi, sir. Nakul. Sheesh, nice to meet you. Hi, sir. Mr. Putta, please come on this side. That's like a very Mangalorean. Do you have a watch on you, sir? Yes. I'm so. Please. Thank you very much. Yes. No, it's fine. We have enough space on stage. I want you to time me. Okay. Don't give me say more than a minute for this. Okay, I'll tell you when to start. This pack of cards was just shuffled by 5-6 of you in the audience, and I'm going to try memorizing it. Okay. Ready, sir? And we go now. You take this for me, sir. You take this for me, sir. I want you to set up as if you are going to play a game of trump. Okay. Put the suits together, like put the spades together, clubs together, hearts together, diamonds together. Right. Move them around, and you know cards, right? So you just need to sort of put the hearts together, the diamonds together, things like that. Okay. Now, since Mr. Puttamaraya and Trish, thank you, are going to take a little more than a minute for this, let me explain what I learned from Harry. Harry, in his book, said there is no such thing as bad memory. He said that there is either a trained memory or an untrained memory. The reason people do not remember things is only that they do not wish to remember. And so he said, all you need to do is want to remember and you will. And this explains how we go about life. There are people we meet once and we remember them and their names for the rest of our lifetimes. And then there are people we meet in the coffee corners almost every second day, but we don't want to remember their names. Lorraine then gave about 2 wonderful ways of remembering things, explaining how our mind really works. One, he said, associations. He said the mind, the way it remembers things, using all the neurons and things, is that it associates. So he said, here's something called link memory. You take one object, link it to another, link that object to another, and then you can remember anything in a series. And then you have peg memory. Peg memory is essentially that you can remember for every number an object, which is pre-remembered. Now if I go, call out any object. Fidget spinner, I knew that was going to come. So, number 1 is a fidget spinner. Number 1 in mnemonics is a tie. So if I imagine myself hanging a huge fidget spinner around my neck and kept turning it, now that's a funny association, and that's an association I'll remember, right? Any other objects, any object at all. Water. So number 2 is Noah, the guy with the ark. Now instead of Noah having a huge ark, a boat, I would imagine him trying to keep all those animals on a bottle, right? And they're sort of rolling off the sides, and it's a funny association. So you put color, you put size, you make it really large, you remember it. You put emotion into it, you remember it. I'm playing with a pack of cards here. Ashfish, and if I can call you Putta, yeah? I have looked at these cards, but I cheated. I looked at only half the cards. What I did is I damaged these cards in my mind, right? So the cards I have seen, I have damaged. The cards I have not seen are intact. For example, the ace of clubs in my mind is a bat, like a club, right? If I had seen it, I would have broken it. Actually, it's broken. You have the ace of clubs, right? Yes? Will you check out the clubs for me, sir? This is the clubs. We're just going to do this now, okay? So, can I ask you to take a step back? Thank you. So that you don't think I'm looking. So, we're just going to do these cards for now, sir, okay? So just hold all these cards in front. And I'm going to say you have this card. So, for example, if I said you have the ace of clubs, you would drop it, okay? If you don't have the card I'm pointing at, please stop. The 2 of clubs in my mind is a can, a Pepsi can, which is not crushed. Because if I'd seen it, it would have been crushed. So it's here. Fish, would you drop the 2 of clubs for me? The clubs with number 2. Yes, would you just drop that? You also 3, would you drop that for me? The 3, the same one. We're just going with the same. Sure, thank you. He's now enjoying himself. You have the 4, sir. Would you drop that for me? 4 of clubs. You also have the 5. You also have the 6. The 7 is here, but the 8 and 9 are here. Would you drop those for me? You also have the 10. You also have the jack. You also have the queen. And you also have the king of clubs. Thank you very much. To the hearts. Hearts is not confusing. You have the ace of hearts. Would you drop that for me? Ace of hearts. Ace of hearts, hearts, the red heart with A on it. Yes. The 2 of hearts, you drop that for me. The 3 is here, sir. The 4 is also here. The 5 is also here. But the 6 is with you. And the 7 is there. The 8 is also there. But the 9 is here. The 10 is here. The jack is here. The queen is there. And the king is here this time. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get on to the other black card, the spades. Do you play cards? Yes. Don't play it with them. Especially if you're playing poker or team pata and things like that, where the ace, 2 and 3 of spades are very, very powerful. Drop those for me, sir. Ace, 2 and 3 of spades. Now, the 4 went here, otherwise you would have like a perfect flush. Opposite of it. The 5, sir. The 6. This, wait. Very happy. Very happy that I almost got it wrong. The 7, sir.
Yes,
The 8, the 9,
yeah.
the 10, the Jack and Queen and the King. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Let's get on to the diamonds. But since I've got most things right, I'm just going to change things. I'm going to get the last part completely wrong. Okay? So if I'm right, I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, I'm right. So, for example, it's now mine. So I read minds. It doesn't help you stepping off. I know you have the Ace of Diamonds, but just to get it wrong, I'm going to say he has it. Okay? So if I point to a right card with you, stop me. Otherwise, just let it go. Just hold on to your cards, but look at all your cards. This is sort of messing it up a bit in my own mind. So here goes to get it all wrong. The Ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, the 10, the Jack, the Queen, the King, the Joker for real. Drop them all for me, sir. Thank you very much. Completely totally wrong. I like that, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you. A big round of applause for this long gentleman. Thank you. Thank you very much, sir. Hi, can I ask you to join me? And you, sir, will you join me? Yes. Yes. Yes, yes. Oh, sure, sure. Please come. It was pointed at you, but that's fine. Hi, sir. Apple. Please come. Hi, sir. Here, please come. Hi. Hello. Falgun, sorry, I got your name mixed wrong that time also. Falgun, sorry, really sorry about that. Manjuna. I have these 3 books. Take one. Okay, so. Okay. So, what we're going to do is this. Falgun, if you just step here, just tell me to stop wherever you want. Take your time, no problems. Here. Would you sort of hold on to this, step back, open that book and go to any page. So open that book and go to any page. I want you to look for a largish word anywhere on either of those 2 pages. Okay, look for a large kind of a word so that it's slightly more challenging to me. Not that much. Would you open out the book towards yourself? And is there an image on either of those 2 pages? Yes, okay, that works. So if you could just concentrate on that image for a moment. Yes? Okay. Now again, the left side, the first couple of lines. Is there a largish word? Could you concentrate on that for me? I'm really trying to avoid the off, this and things like that, right? You have a largish word in mind, sir? Just say yes or no. Hold up the book a bit because people will think I have long sight and I can read what's written there. You're happy with the word? Very, very happy. Yes? Okay, so let me try this. I want you to start imagining that image in your mind. It's the place you've been to. It's the place you're familiar with. Okay? But as an image you're familiar with. Okay, so you can imagine it. You could, if you're comfortable, if you want, you could remember the page number or something and just close the book. All of you can do that actually. You can set your books down. You just hold on because I want to try something else. It's something that people use, or perhaps even vehicles. Yes, okay, good. I'm really bad at drawing. ಇಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ಇದ್ರಲ್ಲ ಹೆದರ್ಬೇಡಿ. You sort of get what this is. Don't say it, but in your mind you sort of get what this is. No, like I said, I'm a. So this is like, yeah, and this is like, yeah, yeah. If I got this specifically right, it will be something like this. The image is like something hanging or water, and then something that's like sort of used by perhaps cars or people, and is something normally you would refer to as a bridge. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's for you. Thanks a lot. Okay, that was the easy part. Now, can you concentrate on the two words you have in mind? There's an E in your word. Somewhere in the word there's an E. Yours also. Does it start with the E? There's an S. No? But it could be plural and it could be S. If you would just give me a couple of moments for this, because I really need to concentrate. Thank you very much. There's an S in your word. Yes, and it starts with an S. What does it start with? Yours starts with the E. What does it start with? Wait. You had a word in mind. Does that start with the E? Oh, okay, good. Your mind is very, very strong. And there's an S in it. Something about a feeling?
Yes.
Not so good feeling? Like if I get things right, I'm happy, but if I get things wrong, that would sort of describe it? Yes? What was the word?
Embarrassment.
Embarrassment? Embarrassed. Thank you very much. Have you been to dinner recently, sir? Dinner? Yes? A romantic type dinner? I know, because your mind seems to be caught on something to do with a small flame on it. Some sort of a flame. Like, normally on tables they keep lamps or, actually no, candles, something about candles. Either of you have something to do with candles or sticks or something? No? What were you thinking of? Was your word something similar? No, not at all. Does the word you have in mind is something that means something to you? That word, it means something? You recognize that? It's a person? Yes? Something about drinks? It's not, yeah, somebody who sort of mixes drinks? absolutely right or completely wrong. What's the word? Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. That's for you, sir. What was your word, sir? River. Okay. Thank you very much. It was very nice. So no wonder bridge and river and started with yeah. You can only get it right if people want you to be right. Okay. For the kids, I'm just gonna take where's the next speaker. Okay. No problems. I'm just gonna take 5 minutes more because there are kids here and I want to try doing something special for them. So, would you join me for this? Yes. Okay, come. And you're hiding right there. Come.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Abdul. Anush, please come. Hat? Not yours? Yours? Huh? I'm not doing magic, otherwise I would have punished it. What's your name? Pallava. You seem very popular in that side of the audience. Do you play cards? Okay. How much money have you made from? Okay. I'm sorry. So you know cards, right? In that sense. Okay. What I want can you either wear the hat or I could keep it here? I'll remind you. Okay. Don't worry. Super. So Anush, I want you to count till 10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome. Can you do that for me?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Awesome. That's easy, right? So we're going to do the same thing, but with cards. Okay. Would you sort of count one by one 10 cards onto this hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Would you give those cards across to Pallav? And I want you to hold these cards very tightly, both hands, hold them very tightly. Pallav, I want you to count 10 cards now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I want you to hold these 10 cards very tightly, both of you, like this, okay? If you would sort of face like this, okay, super. And if you would sort of face like this, thank you very much. If you just raise the hand slightly, Can you take a step to the side? Awesome, that's perfect. Now, how many cards do you have? 10. How many cards do you have? 10. Now we're going to play an imagination game, very similar to what we played with Ravida. Okay? But what we're going to do is different. We're going to try changing reality. Okay? Have you seen Doctor Strange? Yes. So it's sort of Doctor Strange feeling, okay? What it basically does is change time slightly, so that I sort of can take one card. It's lighter now, yes? Little, yes. So I have this card, now hold it tight, slightly up. Yes, now you're going to feel this. Slightly heavy. So, yes, good. Wait, that's okay. The second card is more clear. So now it's more lighter. Yes, and that's now heavy. Yes, good. Just go with it. Don't. They're all adults. They're all adults. Don't let them influence your thoughts. Okay? Believe in it and it will happen. Okay? Believe in anything and it will happen. Watch this, because hold this. Never take no for an answer, because that's now light. Yes? And that's now very heavy with 3 more cards. Yes? Good. How many cards do you have? You had 10. You gave me 3. 7. Good. And how many do you have? 13. Thank you very much. Now we will make them go back. No. Okay. All you skeptics out there, would you start counting cards one by one? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh my God.
Okay, with that. Slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Awesome! How did you do that? A big round of applause to these wonderful gentlemen. Thank you. Thank you. It's been a pleasure coming here and entertaining you with my craft. I call myself the mind reader, and most of my acts are this. And thank you, Dr. Maya, for the opportunity, and have a wonderful, wonderful